welcome back to my channel. Today's video is about 3 eyeshadow looks using one palette. Now, the palette that I'm talking about is the BH Cosmetics Carli Bybel palette. I'm trying to get to where y'all can see it, but this is what it looks like. It's very marble white with gold lettering on it, and this is the deluxe edition, and it contains 21 eyeshadows and 6 highlighters. Y'all, this is a beautiful palette. This is what it looks like. And this is absolutely gorgeous. And I love this palette. One thing I love about the palette is the price. You get it at Ulta and it's around $22. And for the fact that you get this many shades and this many highlighters, it is just amazing to me. Plus, I love the amount of looks that you can get with it. It has a great mixture of matte shades. It has some absolutely beautiful shimmer shades. I mean, the shimmer shades are just absolutely spot on. So I'm going to create 3 looks for you to show you how you can achieve different looks using this one palette. So I'm going to zoom in and let's get started. Okay, so here we are up close and personal. I have my hairband on. I pinned my hair up. I've already done all my face makeup, even including highlight, and I am just now focusing on the eyes. And I'm going to start by priming my eyes with the NYX eyeshadow base. Taking a concealer brush, dabbing that in there, and I'm just going to pat that all on the eyelid up to the brow. I've already done my brows. I've literally done everything but my eyes. Now that that base is there, I'm going to take a fluffy brush. This is the Eye Blender by Bobbi Brown. I've had this brush since college and I'm not lying. And I am just going to go in right here with this matte cream color. I'm going to put that all over my brush, tap it off, and put it all over the lid to just kind of set that base color. Next up, I'm taking a Morphe 441 brush, and I am going to go in with the shade in the top corner right here. It's kind of a peachy shade. And I'm going to just put that as my transition color all in the crease. And for me, because I have hooded eyes, I go above the crease because I'm trying to lift everything up instead of bring everything down. Alright, now that we have a good transition shade, I'm now going to go in with this little bit, it's a little darker shade right here, this brown color. And I'm going to use my Wet n Wild P20 brush. Tap that off. Just kind of focusing on darkening up that crease. Now I'm going in with this deep purple color right here on the end. I'm going to take a Wet n Wild brush. I think this is the crease brush that is like 99 cents. Going to put that on there, and then I'm just focusing that kind of on the outer V. Take the Morphe brush and just do some blending to blend that up. I think I want to darken it up just a hair, so I'm going to go back in with just a little bit more. Now for what I consider the real stars of this palette are the shimmer shades. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this flat brush. This is an eye shading brush, E55 by Sigma. You can see it's a flat brush. And I am going to start by going in with this very bright kind of pinky color. And I'm going to put that on my brush, and I'm just going to pat that in the center of the lid. And I'm going to pick up some more and pack it on the center of the lid. Now, taking that same brush, I'm going to go in with the shade right here that's a little bit lighter. It's also a shimmer shade. I'm going to put that on the brush, and I'm going to pack that more in the corner leading up to the center. These shimmer shades, I mean, those aren't wet, those are going on dry, but that's how they look. They are just absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to take my Wet n Wild brush and really just do some blending to make sure I have no harsh lines. But I'm going to take a little more of that bright pink and just build that up. If I want it to be brighter, I can also wet my brush and make it a little bit more extreme. And I'm sorry, but I'm sweating. Now that I've got that on, I feel like I need a little more of this purple color. So I'm going to take the purple and just kind of build it up in that outer V. So now it is time for some eyeliner, and I'm going to take a pencil brush and I am going to dip into that purple color and use that purple color to line the top of my eyelid. I'm going to do a slight flick. I'm lining the lower lashes as well, kind of just halfway across. I'm going to take my trusty pencil brush and I'm going to go in with this brown right here and smudge out the lower lash line. I'm also going to use this to highlight my inner corner, and I'm going to go in with that color I used kind of on the inside to just dab that right on the inner corner. That kind of peachy shade. Take my brush that I used for the NYX to just kind of clean up the corners, which really don't need it, and I'm going to take my Real Techniques brush and any excess powder. Now I'm going to pop off camera, curl my eyelashes, put on some mascara, and come back and show you the finished look. So I'm back, and this is the finished look. Mascara is done, lipstick is done, and this is look 1 with the Carli Bybel Deluxe palette. I will pop back on and do look 2. Hey y'all, okay, so I'm back. So the first eyeshadow look I did, I would consider kind of a sunset type look with the browns and the burgundy and kind of the pink on the lid, the shimmer, the copper, that sort of stuff. This second look is going to be more of a bronze look. Now I have all my makeup on, so what I'm going to do now is just start on the eyes. So I'm still using the same palette, and I'm going to start by priming my eyes with the NYX, and this is the eyeshadow base by NYX. I'm taking a concealer brush, I'm dipping my brush down in there, and I'm just going to put that all over the lid, all the way up to the brows. I've done my brows, I have done everything except my eyes. I have not highlighted yet, although the blush that I have on is slightly glowy, but I wanted to show how you can highlight also with this palette, because the palette comes not only with 21 shades that are a mix of matte and shimmer, but it also comes with 6 highlighters, and the highlighters are really gorgeous. So like I did similar to, or what I did exactly the first step, I'm going in with this matte beige color right there on a fluffy brush, and I'm just going to put that all over on top of where I put that base down to just give it a good foundation. Now again, I'm going to start with the same color that I started with before, this color here on the end. And this is just going to kind of be my transition shade in the crease. And this is a fluffy brush. This is actually a Wet n Wild Pro brush. You don't have to use this same brush by any means, just any type of fluffy brush, but this is a very affordable one if you are looking for in the market for this type of brush. All right, so taking that same brush, I'm going to go in with this middle brown color, and this is all the same as what I did in the first routine. So I'm just kind of focusing that a little bit more precise in the crease and blending up. Now I'm going to take a Morphe M33 and I'm going to go with this brown shade on the bottom right there. I'm going to load up my brush, tap it off, and just really focus it, getting it in that crease. I love that shade. I think that shade is kind of like, I call it a saddle shade. I just think it is like the perfect brown shade. Now with an E25 brush, I'm going to go in with this brown, this dark brown here in the corner. This is a very neutral brown. I'm going to tap it off and I'm just going to kind of place that right there in that corner. And I'm going to go back with my blending brush and really blend that out. Now moving to what I consider to be this true star of this palette are the shimmers. I'm going to go in with this bronze color right here on the bottom. Now, there are tons of bronze shimmers because I use these highlights down here on my eyelid a good bit, but just for this look, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go in with this bronze shade that is actually an eyeshadow, and I'm just going to start at the center and kind of really focus it in the center of the eye. Now I'm going to reach for this gold shimmer here, and again there are tons down here that I can reach for, but I'm actually going to go with this shadow color, place it on my flat brush, and this is just going to kind of go from the inner corner to the center. Now I'm going to go back with that fluffy brush and just do some blending to make sure that everything is pretty seamless. I'm going to take the same brush I used with the NYX and I'm just going to kind of clean up that outer corner. This is what I consider a very bronzy eyeshadow look. Absolutely perfect for summer. It's just a gorgeous, bronzy, pretty look. Now for liner, I'm actually not going to use any of the shadows as liner. I am going to use my Ardency In Modster eyeliner pencil. This is the Smooth Ride Supercharged Eyeliner in the color Coffee. And I am just going to line the inner waterline of both the upper and lower line. I am going to take a pencil brush and I am going to go into this dark brown here in the bottom, and I am going to take that across underneath the lower lash line. Now I'm going to highlight the inner corner with this highlight shade right here on that same pencil brush. Now I'm going to go off camera, put on some mascara real quick, and then I will be back to do my highlight. Okay, so mascara is on, lipstick is on, and now I'm going to show you how good these highlighters are. So I am going to use a mixture of these two bigger ones. Let me tap my brush off, and I'm just going to dust right there. And that's how they look. Yeah, so that's finished look number 2 with the BH Cosmetics Carli Bybel palette. This is not a new palette. This is a palette that has been out for a while, and it is at Ulta. I don't see a lot of people talk about it, but I think it's a great palette. As you can see, you can achieve what I consider the perfect bronzy eye look. I love this look. This is a look that I wear all the time. I wear it year round, but to me it is absolutely gorgeous for the summertime, like when you have a tan, you want to bronze up your face some more and really put on this shimmery eyes. And you saw how easy it was. It just takes no time at all. So this was look number 2. I will be back with look number 3. Hey y'all, so I'm back for round 3. This will be the 3rd look using the Carli Bybel palette, the Deluxe palette by BH Cosmetics. And this look is going to be a cooler toned look. So here we go. Starting per usual, I've done every look starting with the NYX eyeshadow base. I am loving this. I take a concealer brush by Coastal Scents and just put that on my lid. Smear it around real good. This is similar to MAC Paint Pot. This is a natural shade. Kind of the color of my skin, and I just think it works really good. It gives your it really gives your eyeshadow something to grasp onto. So again, per usual, I am going to take the palette and I am going to take this beige matte shade right here on a fluffy brush, tap off excess, and then I'm just going to kind of use that to set this eyeshadow base. Now I'm going to take a fluffy brush and I'm going to go in with this shade right here. It is just a very neutral, just a great neutral transition shade, and I am just going to put that all in the crease, blending down some, blending up. Like I said before, my eyes are hooded, as you can see. So if I put it just in the crease, you cannot see it and it will make my eyes look worse. So I really tend to pull these shadows in an upward motion because I want to bring everything up. Now grabbing a E38 brush, a diffused crease brush, I go in with this mauve shade in the dead center. I'm going to put that on this brush, tap it off, and I'm really going to focus it a little bit more in the crease, blending it out as I do. This is just such a pretty mauve shade. I'm going to take that first brush and really blend those two together. Taking a smaller Real Techniques brush, I'm going to go in with this purple shade here on the end. Tapping some off, and I'm really just focusing it on the outer V of the eye. You can kind of see a trend the way I do my eyeshadow. I really tend to do 2 colors in the crease and then a darker color in the outer V. That's kind of my, I guess, go-to. That's the way I do my eyes, and that's the way I've done these 3 looks in this palette. Now moving on to my favorite part of the look. This is my favorite part in all these looks because these shimmer shades are so pretty. I'm going to go in with this kind of purpley toned shimmer shade. It's a very neutral tone, and I'm just loading it up on my brush, and I'm just going to pat it on the lid. Going back in with my blending brush, and I'm just going to blend that out to make sure there are no harsh lines. Now for this look, I am going to be using a navy blue eyeliner. This is the eyeliner by Clinique, and it is in the shade Intense Midnight. And I'm going to line my upper and lower waterline using this pencil. also took this on the top of the lash line as well, on the top lashes. I find that this doesn't work quite as well as the previous eyeliner in the waterline, so I felt like I needed to put a little bit on the top lashes. Now I'm going to take my pencil brush, and I'm going to go in with this mauve color here and smoke out the lower lash line. I'm also going to use this pencil brush and go in with this pink down here to highlight the inner corner. Now I'm going to pop off camera, do my eyelashes, put on some mascara, put on some lipstick, and I'm going to come back and do some highlight. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. Now the blush I have on has on a little bit of sparkle to it, but we're going to put on some highlight too. This palette is really good for its highlight, and we are actually going to use this pinky color right here and see how that goes. I'm putting it on a brush. I'm going to tap some off and just put it around my normal place. Whoa, how pretty that is. Tips of my nose. Okay, so this is the last, the third and finished look with the palette, the Carli Bybel BH Cosmetics palette. Like I said, it has 21 shades. I believe it has 6 shimmers and the rest are mattes. It looks like this. It has 6 highlight shades. As far as the quality of these shadows, I think they are great. There is very little fallout. When you dip your brush into them in the palette, there is some powder there. I mean, there is some extra excess. That's why I tap my brush off. But I find when I put it in on my eyes, it really blends well. They work well. They blend well together. They are easy to work with. There's some fallout, but not much. If you're worried about fallout, you can always do your eyes first. I don't ever do mine like that. I usually just dust away the fallout and kind of touch up if I need to. I don't even really find that I have to do that with this palette. This palette is great. It comes with a mirror. I don't want to blind you, but you see there's a mirror on that side. It would be great to travel with. As I've just shown you, you can get 3 completely different looks using this palette. And that is certainly not all. There are plenty of matte shades in here to where you can get an all matte look, no problem. The shimmer shades are really what I consider to be the star of the show. They work well, they are very pigmented, and the colors are really gorgeous. I mean, you have what I consider kind of a peach, you have a copper, which I never use, you have a pink, you have kind of a champagne, you have the kind of taupey pink that I used in this look, then you have a gold, and you have a bronze. I mean, I can't really think of, as far as going neutral, what other shimmer shades that you need. I really can't think of what this palette is lacking other than maybe a black shadow, but the only thing I would probably use a black shadow for would be for a liner. And with these looks, I don't think any of them really needed that. I showed you how you can use these shadows to line. I did that in the first look. Or you can use a separate liner, which I did in the last 2 looks. So yeah, I'm very pleased with this. I've had this for a while. It sells at Ulta. I think it comes in around $22. I don't think you can beat it. I think the highlights alone are worth it. These colors down here, these bronze shimmers, I use whenever I'm doing something very quick, like I want to take my finger, put it in, and just pat it on my eyelid, and that be it. And it works great. I think this is a no fuss palette. It is something that you can achieve many looks with. It is high quality. I guess it's considered drugstore because of the price, but I don't know. I think drugstore is really stepping it up here lately, and of course their prices are stepping it up too, so they should be stepping it up. But I've really been impressed by drugstore lately. I just am amazed by what they're doing. I'm actually kind of liking a lot of drugstore stuff more than high end. So yeah, let me know if you have this palette. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know what you think about these looks, and if you might recreate some or try them. Take some pictures on Instagram, tag me, let me see what you do. And yeah, so I'm glad you took the time out of your day to spend this time with me. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. Please consider giving this a thumbs up if you liked it. If you like these videos, consider being part of the notification squad. Hit the notification button. And I hope you all are having a fantastic day and a great week, and I will see you all very soon. Bye, y'all.